Yeah, today's video, I just want to talk about frizzy hair on dreadlocks, embracing the frizz as I often put it, and this should be a slogan by now here on this channel. You would definitely want to embrace the frizz when you're free-forming, right? And the reason why I tell people to embrace their frizz and not cut it or not crochet it into their roots or not to retwist it on their next visit, is because eventually it kind of takes care of itself. Now, I got some locks on the top of my head here that have been formed freely from just the frizzy hair. Now, at one point, this was all just loose hair, and it's finally decided to take into itself and start these new little locks. There's another one here. This one's actually pretty long. These are probably some of my thinnest dreads that I have, but also the newest dreads that I have. And as you can see, there's already some webbing happening on this lock, meaning it's trying to Congo up with this nearby dreadlock right here, which is a fully mature lock. So even though they're my thinnest locks right now, they want to thicken up into new, bigger Congos. Now, there's another one here. This was all loose frizzy hair, and it's decided to join up and finally finally mature into a lock. Now, it is a very light, fluffy lock, but it is a lock. So these are probably my 3 or 4, besides that big long one there. These are my 3 locks here that have all started from frizzy loose hair. And the truth is, they are Congoing up into this lock altogether. So eventually these are just gonna go together and form a nice thick root right here. And then this lock will become, well, these 4 locks will become one, essentially. So this is why I say it's important to embrace that frizz. It's very important to not trim our locks because of frizzy hair. Frizzy hair is part of the journey, and it's gonna happen no matter what hair type you have, whether you have straight hair or rather you have really, really kinky hair. There's gonna be frizzy hair involved. The only difference is the type of frizz one may have. Now, on straight hair, frizzy hairs tend to look a bit more wilder, I guess a lot more noticeable. And on kinkier hair, frizzy hair can kind of look like dread balls sometimes. Not like it's so crazy, but they kind of ball up in different areas. So let me know in the comment section what sort of things you guys do to help keep your embraced thoughts about having frizzy hair. Do people ever comment on your frizzy hair? Someone recently, I think last weekend, I was at a snowboarding expo and I had tried on a pair of goggles for purchase, and when I took them off, you know, my frizzy hairs kind of acted up on the sides like this, right? Like that. And she goes to me, the saleswoman goes to me, "Hey, can I fix your hair?" And she didn't even wait for me to say a response, but I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And she took it just ever so slightly. She was very gentle with it. She just went like this and then went like that. You know, she kind of pushed it back down. I just said to her, there's not really a point in doing that because, you know, my hair's wild. It's got a mind of its own. It's gonna do what it wants to do. There's no need to tame it, right? Some tips on taming frizzy hair. Very simple and effective one that I'll do. It's pretty temporary. It's not a permanent fix, but I like to put some cold water in my hands and just run it through my scalp. You know, get it onto my scalp. Just run it through the back like this, and it will tend to like keep the frizzy hair down for a moment of time. I mean, obviously the water dries up and the frizz goes back to what it was, but the only times I ever really want to fix my frizz is in moments of temporary neatness, I guess you could put it. Oftentimes it's like at first acquaintances. Say I'm going in to meet a store, going to a store, or I'm going to meet a friend, or you know, I got a hot date, something like that. Like I might, you know, adjust my frizz. But after that first adjustment, it's free game for it to go back to doing what it's gonna do. Like I'm not fixated on keeping it perfect, right? So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, run the numbers up with those thumbs, and definitely leave a comment. You know, put some locks and some keys down below, because that's what we're all about. We're all about unlocking the stigmas of dreadlocks with our keys. These are more like keys to me than they are locks. More on that in another video.